Coffee is the fuel for millions of people every morning. But here's the real question. Is your coffee truly giving you energy, or quietly draining it away? Most people don't even realize they're making the same mistake every single day. Hello friends, this is George Brown. Coffee. For some, it's the easiest way to wake up. For others, it's a daily ritual they can't imagine starting the morning without. But here's the real question. Is your coffee actually giving you energy, or quietly taking it away? At first, it feels simple. A cup of coffee and you're ready to go. But the truth is, it all depends on what's in that cup. Sometimes, instead of fueling your body, your coffee can turn into a trap. Plain black coffee on its own is actually pretty simple. It has almost no calories and gives you a boost of alertness thanks to caffeine. That's why so many people enjoy it as a way to start their day and get focused. But things change when sugar, cream, or flavored syrups are added. At that point, the drink is no longer just coffee. It turns into a calorie-packed treat that works very differently in your body. At first, you may feel a quick burst of energy. That's the rapid rise in blood sugar. But soon after comes the drop, and with it, tiredness and the urge to reach for another cup. It creates a cycle of highs and lows instead of steady energy. That's why researchers from places like Harvard and the Mayo Clinic point out that sweetened coffee can be a hidden trap. On the outside, it feels like just a tasty drink, but inside it sets off swings that over time may affect how you feel. The main takeaway is simple. Coffee works very differently depending on what you put in it. Did you know that coffee isn't just about morning energy? It actually hides a few surprising secrets. For example, in the United States, coffee is the #1 source of antioxidants in the diet. Yes, even more than fruits and vegetables. That doesn't mean you should skip healthy foods, but it shows how big a role coffee plays in everyday life. Here's where it gets interesting. The real strength of coffee comes from the inside of the bean, caffeine, oils, and natural compounds that give flavor and focus, but the outer shell mostly adds harshness. And with pre-ground coffee, more of that shell often ends up in your cup, which can make the taste rougher and sometimes the boost feel weaker. Brewing makes a difference too. Espresso is bold and concentrated. Filter coffee is smoother. And cold brew is less acidic, often easier on the stomach. That means both the taste and the effect on your body depend on how you prepare it. And here's the twist. Coffee itself isn't the enemy. In moderate amounts, without heavy syrups or sugar, it can actually be your ally. The real secret is not just what you drink, but how and when you drink it. Stay with me, because in the next part, you'll find out why your cup of coffee might not always work the way you expect. There are a lot of myths about coffee, so let's clear up a few of the most common ones. The first myth is that coffee dehydrates you. That's not really true. While it does have a mild diuretic effect, you're still taking in fluid. So yes, your morning cup of coffee still counts toward your daily hydration. The second myth is that coffee is bad for your heart. For years, this was repeated. But newer research shows the opposite. In moderate amounts, about 3 to 4 cups a day, coffee may actually support heart and blood vessel health. Of course, this depends on the person, and we're not talking about gallons of coffee, but moderate use. The third myth is that the stronger the coffee, the better. In reality, coffee that's too strong can lead to jitters, a racing heartbeat, or even trouble sleeping. So the best strength is the one that feels comfortable for you, not the maximum just for effect. Bottom line, every myth has a grain of truth, but it's always better to rely on facts than on rumors. In the US, coffee has become more than just a drink. It's a daily ritual. For some, it's grabbing a cup on the way to work. For others, it's sitting in a cafe with a laptop or meeting friends over a latte. But here's where the trap comes in. Instead of a simple pick-me-up, many people choose versions loaded with extras, syrups, whipped cream, caramel. That's when coffee stops being a steady source of energy and turns into a sweet, high-calorie treat. It gives you a quick boost, followed by fatigue and the urge for another cup. The good news is this is easy to fix with a few small changes. 1. Make coffee part of a balance. Start your morning with water or a light breakfast, then have coffee. It helps your body wake up more smoothly. 2. Pay attention to the details. Even 1 or 2 spoonfuls of sugar each day can add up to hundreds of extra calories over a month. Cutting back gradually helps you enjoy the natural taste of coffee more. 3. Experiment with brewing styles. An Americano or drip coffee often gives a smoother effect than heavy dessert-style drinks. 4. Think about timing. Coffee late in the day can interfere with sleep. Keeping it to the morning or early afternoon makes it work best. Coffee is both a taste and a habit, and the choices you make every day determine whether it helps your energy or quietly works against it. When most people think of coffee, They imagine that morning boost of energy. But caffeine actually goes deeper. It has real effects on the brain. First, it can sharpen focus. A cup of coffee helps you tune in, switch between tasks more easily, and process information faster. Second, it may support memory. Studies suggest that moderate amounts of caffeine can help lock in new information and keep it longer. It's not just the brain either. Many athletes use coffee before workouts because caffeine can increase endurance and give an extra push of energy. But here's the balance. Too much caffeine can flip the benefits. Instead of focus, you may feel anxious, jittery, or struggle to fall asleep. 1 or 2 cups can help, but 5 or 6 in a row might backfire. Bottom line, coffee can be a useful tool for both the brain and body, as long as you enjoy it in moderation. You don't have to give up the taste you enjoy. Sometimes just a few small changes can make your coffee a lot healthier without losing the pleasure. First, try swapping sugar for natural flavor boosters. A pinch of cinnamon or a drop of vanilla can add sweetness and depth without the extra calories. Not only does it taste great, but it may even support your metabolism. Second, think about cup size. Many of us drink more simply because the mug is big. Switching to a smaller cup automatically cuts back on caffeine, and your mind still feels satisfied because you've had a full cup. And here's a tip for coffee shops. Instead of ordering a sweet latte with syrups, go for an Americano and add a splash of milk. It's smooth, satisfying, and avoids the extra sugar. These little changes don't feel hard, but over time, they can make a big difference for your energy and overall health. Coffee can be a great part of your routine, but it's not the same for everyone. There are times when you'll want to be more mindful. First, for women who are pregnant, health experts recommend limiting caffeine. During this time, the body already has higher needs, so it's best to check with a doctor about what amount is safe. Second, people who deal with anxiety or sleep issues should be cautious. Caffeine can sometimes make you feel more restless or make it harder to wind down at night. If you notice tension or trouble sleeping after coffee, that's a signal to cut back or keep it to the earlier part of the day. And most importantly, always listen to your body. Everyone's tolerance is different. One person may feel fine with 3 cups a day, while another feels better with just 1. Your own reaction is the best guide. So does coffee really work? Yes, but only if you drink it as fuel, not as a dessert. On its own, coffee can be your ally. It helps with focus, supports energy, and can even lift your mood. The mistake isn't in the coffee itself. It's in what we add to it and when we drink it. Load it up with sugar, or have it too late in the day, and you'll get the opposite effect. But keep it simple and make it part of your daily rhythm, and coffee truly starts working for you. Now, here's my question for you. How do you like your coffee? Black or with extras? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this video with friends. There are plenty more simple and practical tips for better health and energy coming soon.